Lane and Kevin. Yeah, you two duke it out. Interestingly, you guys both have managers that are somewhat under pressure. Young managers, club legends. The defense of both sides have been horrible since the
Young
start.
managers.
Yeah, well, in terms of career.
Okay, only a manage long time.
All right.
Cardiff.
Yeah.
I don't know now.
I don't want to go Molde, whatever. Yeah. Two stints of Molde, actually.
As I said, club managers and
legends under
you
pressure.
both have defensive problems. You guys can score goals, but you ship in quite a lot. Where will this match be won and lost?
Penalty in tops.
So last year, when everybody was assessing Lampard's performance for the season, they said he did great, and I was like, yeah, he did great, but he lost 3 times to Ole. See, in a season, I think we played 4 times, and he lost the same way every time. Create a lot of chances, and Manchester United hit us on the break and totally destroyed us in the first game of the season, right? And we chalk up the first game of the season to rustiness. I think Tammy Abrams got a lot of chances. So I think the game will be won and lost in terms of the tactics that the teams will use. If Lampard goes in, as he's been doing for the last couple of games, just being naive and not providing the sufficient cover in the midfield, Manchester United is going to pick us off on the break, right? No, I think if he sets up the team a lot better, plays a more patient game, and force Man U not to play on the break, but more on the front foot to a certain extent, I think we'll have a more even game. I think if the chances that we created last season falls to Timo Werner, he's a lot more clinical than Tammy Abrams. I think we could edge it. But again, I'm not really confident going into the match just because of the coach's record against Ole. Ole seems to outfox him. I don't know if it's because of overconfidence. He always pushes on the front foot because I guess he believes that's the better side, and Manchester United pick us off on the break. So I am worried about what his tactics will be. I think he has a lot of options. I'm just hoping that he'll make the right decisions. So I think if he makes the right decision, we should have enough to get by Manchester United. I think he's going to start Mendy at the back, which gives the defensive unit a little bit more confidence. I think what he does in the midfield is telling. If he starts Jorginho again, I think Jorginho was found out in a match against Manchester United where, Sarri was basically invincible with that formation until the second half. Mourinho said, Pogba, push against Jorginho. And from that, everybody started to exploit that weakness. So if he starts Jorginho again, I think we'll be in trouble in the middle of the park. Because I say the top players don't possess the ball well. There are more players who play in transition and try to make some quick 1-2s. So I think starting Kovacic. So, all right, so start Mendy. Your back 4, you can even go with an Aspie over a Reece James, to provide more cover on this because
not Reece James.
Yeah, man, you have to start. Reece James is more attacking, still learning the game, and I think Martial is hungry for some success, so you need some cover over there.
He's back.
No, Martial's still out.
Martial's still out. 3-match ban.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Although Dan James did tear us apart in the first
yes,
game.
and I was just about to remind you here.
Dan James,
don't get too comfortable. Let's still have Dan James.
All fun and joke aside, I think he starts that back 4 and he puts Kovacic and little blocks in there, and then you build up from there. I think Mason Mount should probably come off the bench. I think he's played a lot of games. Also, he's played every game.
Fair.
I think it's time to give him a rest, and he's not a winger, right? And because of the inclusion of Kai Havertz and so on, they force him to play out of position. And I think Lampard has to look at that. I know he trusts Mason Mount, but if you can't fit him into the team and there are better players here, you have to do that. Yeah. And I think we should go with the same formation in terms of playing with the front 3, but not Mason Mount, right?
It's a Ziyech in.
Ziyech.
You think he's fit enough to manage that game though?
I think he has 2 games. I think when I look at him in the Sevilla game, I see a definite improvement over what I saw on the weekend. And on the weekend, I wasn't seeing necessarily lack of fitness, but more
game sharpness.
So I see him getting in spaces and trying to play the ball, and he has a left foot and he's not coming off. So I think it's game sharpness. So if we can start Ziyech, I don't think we should play that formation. I don't think Mount is I think Mount needs a rest. And I think we can look to tweak
I can get the rest.
and I think we can look to even tweak the formation for that game also. I think we have a lot of options. I'm just hoping that Lampard, whatever options he choose, is not overly offensive and not giving the necessary cover for
So what do you think is the score? Because you give different scenarios in terms of, you say, boy, if Lampard gets it right versus if he don't get it right.
So it's like doing a valuation, right? So you can give best case, worst case, and
give me the best case then.
So model case, I think we'll edge it in a score game. I think both sides are going to score. I think we can win 2-1.
2-1. All right, Lane. What can Ole do to continue somewhat of dominance over Lampard coach team?
Yeah, I mean, even at the back of the PSG result and the Newcastle result, I'm still not confident in that game. I think Chelsea has a very good side, and I think the issue is that at any moment they can click. And Kevin made some very good points just in terms of Kovacic and Conte. I think that's a very good pair from a midfield side. So based on the midfield that Chelsea has and the attack, we saw what Timo Werner did to Southampton defenders last week that are strong but lack pace.
Yeah.
Right?
That's horrible.
And I'm concerned if Ole, because he has some naivety, decides to go back with Harry Maguire, who may say that he's fit and ready to play against Chelsea. I think it will work if there's Tammy Abrahams or Giroud up top. You need a dominant centre-back to challenge him. But with the pace of Timo Werner, the pace of Ziyech, the pace of Pulisic, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
That's a good option also.
Yeah.
Chow is a good option even in that front three.
The pace that Chelsea has is at the front three, even 4, driving, is a concern. I see Kai Havertz likes to arrive late in the box, so that's something that the team has to be aware of.
Kovacic arrives a little bit later too, so it's not an option. It's good on either side of the ball, so that's...
It becomes very tricky, and I wonder, because I was trying to think about what is best to play, whether you go with 3 at the back again or 4. Now, 3 at the back worked for the first 3 times out of 4 against Lampard. The truth is, the 4th time, Lampard figured it out, and he beat Man U comprehensively, right? David De Gea made a mistake which threw the game even further down the line, but I think that one was probably like 3-0 or 3-1 or something like that.
3-1.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, I don't know if the 3 at the back will work. I'm not sure. So I'm thinking more just stick to back 4. It may be a good game for Telles. He came off early. He can provide that attacking threat. And I think we're going to have to go with discipline in midfield, because if you're going to challenge against, if Jorginho is playing, then you can play Pogba, right? Because the truth is, Jorginho is not good defensively, and it would be upon N'Golo alone to do a lot of the defending.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have a problem with that.
So Lane, let me ask you a question though. Before because you move from the back line, right? You say a flat back 4. Which 2 you want to partner? Because they say, okay, Harry Maguire, you say you don't want to see him back.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a Timo Werner. So let's say Timo Werner is playing through the middle. No Giroud, no Tammy Abrahams. Ideally, what centre back partnership you think would be most efficient against that top 3 of Chelsea?
So I think if you're going to go against Chelsea based on the pace, you have to use Axel Tuanzebe, right? And the reason being is that we have 3. Well, we have, let's say, 2 fit centre backs now, unless we hear that Harry Maguire is fit, 3, and 2 out of the 3 are not quick, right? Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. You need a quick centre back to face
Eric Bailly.
Unfit. He's not fit. So you need a quick centre back to actually be able to manage Timo Werner. The good thing about Axel Tuanzebe as well is that he's dominant in the air. He's a strong defender, so he can manage. Let's say not a Giroud. I think Giroud is probably top class at holding up the ball, but a Tammy Abrahams. Yeah. Right. So that's something that I would start Tuanzebe. And then if, I suspect he may choose to go with Maguire then.
Come to Luke Shaw.
Maguire. I don't think Luke Shaw will work in a 4 at the back. It takes a different type of defender.
No, that's actually But one thing I was asking about, and not take up too much time, I was asking about Tuanzebe though. Tuanzebe worked well in a back three. You think you get the same performance from him in terms of defensive awareness in a back four, because in a back three you have two centre backs.
Seen him in a
partners
back four before, so I know it can work.
Okay, I think you work against this. No, it's not about if you can work. You think you work against this type of attack. Just ask.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
because
fair,
what
fair.
it is, is not. Chelsea is going to play with one striker, right?
Fair.
So you're going to waste an additional centre back if you go three at the back. You're going to lose out in the midfield. So what I would recommend is, or how I'm thinking about it is, better you put the additional player in the midfield and you keep
Start
two
the
at the back.
midfield and-
Right. So
cool.
and fight in the midfield. Try to win the midfield battle. Chelsea have really good players. If they start with Mason Mount, the truth is Mason Mount is less intelligent, faster, kind of like he's a decent player, right?
I feel welcome.
No, he's not.
No, whoa.
I think Mason Mount
Disrespect.
can play kind of like a 10.
Yeah.
So how he can actually play is to
boy.
come inside
Yeah.
and link up play, right? Doesn't have to stay wide all the time. So what you may find is that, similar to how Juan Mata plays wide, but he's not as intelligent, right? Similar to how Juan Mata will play wide, where he can come in and link up play, create some triangles. He can get that from Mason Greenwood. So Mason
Mount, yeah.
right? So what you want to do is actually have a good enough midfield to marshal that type of play, right? Have a good left back, have a good right back. I mean, Wan-Bissaka, if we can get another good performance, then that's great. So the game for me is, I'm not overly confident. Cavani wasn't chosen to go to Paris because, one day training is still not fit. We don't know what's happening yet, and we know that match sharpness, as we've been seeing, is a concern. So I figure,
Historically, Cavani have good record against Chelsea.
yeah, but he's not match fit, so that's a concern. I suspect if I have some confidence in him. I don't think he's match fit yet. So even if he plays, I'm not 100% confident that he'll be able to score. Or he'll be the Cavani that we're used to.
All right, give me a scoreline.
Yeah, that's about it. So Kevin said 2-1. What do you say?
Score draw.
Okay, so how about you guys? Will Man U win or Chelsea will get the victory? Like this video, share, leave your comments and your predictions, and always click the notification bell so you know whenever we drop a new video. Thank you for being with us.